The good thing about not being sponsored is that you can get a phone and say whatever you want about it. So in my case, I have the OnePlus 9 Pro that I've been using for a couple of days now. And I gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed. It's not just this phone, it's basically every phone that's using the Snapdragon 888. The two main issues I have is battery life and overheating. The battery life is pretty bad. It's not terrible, like 12:42 p.m., 57%. Unplugged the phone at like, what, 5 a.m. Then I went back to sleep, woke up at 8. So it's not terrible, but it's supposed to be a lot better. Like Snapdragon used to make the best chips, but they're slowly going off course. Like the 865 Plus, I noticed like when I had a phone with that chip, that battery life was kind of worse than the 865. But now, this is the Snapdragon 888, and battery life is even worse. So I only have 2 hours and 41 minutes at 57%. Again, not terrible, but it could be a lot better. And this phone overheats literally like doing anything. Like I was at the bathroom for like a few minutes and I put it up on the shelf just to watch some YouTube videos. And by the time I go to pick the phone up, it's too damn hot. And when I say overheated, I mean literally. Like look, this is what happened yesterday. Look, temperature of your phone is too high and high power consuming functions are turned off to lower the temperature. Yesterday, I'll admit, it was a hot day. It was over 40 degrees Celsius. But I did not have my phone in the sun. It was in my hand in the shade the whole time. And I was using the case that it came with. Pretty nice case, by the way. Like, you know, it's a skinny TPU case. And I got this message. Not only that, this is CPU-Z. And look what it says in the battery section. Health, overheat. I've had this phone for 2 days already. The health is like that. This doesn't mean that the battery health has deteriorated to the point where like battery life is terrible. The only reason it's like this, where it says overheat, is because of that heat warning message that I showed you. Like, the app detected that message. Now it's like this. Temperature right now 40 degrees Celsius. Right now it's normal. But when you're like doing stuff on the phone, when you're just watching videos or browsing the web, it gets way too warm. It reminds me of like those old Exynos chips, like Exynos 990, where this would happen. But come on, man, this is Snapdragon. This is a OnePlus 9 Pro, like a phone that costs almost $1,000. Come on, man. Also, it has some weird issues. Like, look, camera. Why does it take so long to open? This is the S21 Ultra. Bam. Also, when I first got this phone, it was kind of stuttering, like when I was opening apps and stuff. Like, right now it's fine. And maybe, just maybe, OnePlus or Qualcomm are gonna push out some updates and it will be better. But right now it's pretty bad. Also, 5G doesn't work. Like I have not been able to connect to 5G. No one can give me a straight answer. And I checked the bands and it works. Like it does work. 5G worked when I had the Zenfone 7 Pro, which is also from China. Even if those cheap, rugged Chinese phones that I once reviewed for you guys, it worked as well. But on the OnePlus 9 Pro, like, nope, cannot get 5G. I think it has to do with the type of RAM that's flashed onto this phone. I'm not entirely sure because this is like the Chinese model, so they have to like flash the global firmware. But this is still the global firmware. It gets OTAs and everything. This is Oxygen OS. So why I can't get 5G, I have no idea. But apart from those three major issues, the phone has been decent. You know, it's nice and fast. The speakers get really loud. Camera's pretty good. And yeah, the battery temperature rose 2 degrees. It was 31 out of 33. And I lost 2% from the moment I started recording this video. So I started like around 9 minutes ago. That's not too bad actually, but that's just because I'm just holding the phone and moving stuff around. But if you care deeply about battery life, overheating, and possibly 5G, like it might just be me, I'm not sure, then get another phone. The Exynos 2100 on this S21 Ultra is better than the Snapdragon 888. I'm seriously considering selling the OnePlus and just switching back to the S21 Ultra because I have never had any overheating issues with this phone. I didn't even get close. Like it's literally cool to the touch compared to the OnePlus. So we're gonna do a quick Geekbench 5 test, but the OnePlus is still kind of warm, so I'm gonna put it in the freezer for a bit and start the test. All right, so as you can see, the battery temperature on the OnePlus is 25 degrees Celsius and Samsung is 27 degrees Celsius. So that's close enough. Let's begin the test. Alright, so you see how the scores are so similar. Like, it's still lower on the S21 Ultra, but that's barely a difference. Okay, this is interesting. Like, the temperature on the Exynos is higher than the Snapdragon after doing that test. The OnePlus still overheats more than the Samsung. Alright, so I'm going to be using this phone for a bit more. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.